Let's talk about our Supreme Darkness Rarities. Make sure you guys smash the little crap out of that subscribe button so you guys don't miss out on more Osgond. And starting off is set Azamina of the White Forest. Made it into a secret series. Who didn't understand that this was coming? Because, I mean, this is literally the gas of the deck. This is the card that bridges everything together. And good news is, I mean, some builds are going to need 2 to 3 after the new support that we just got this morning. I am very curious to know how many of these are going to see play in the new stuff. But this is going to be one of the most expensive secret rares in the set by a mile. And then we have Queen Azamina coming in as an ultra rare. Now, Queen's not exactly been the craziest card in the set, but we understand that we have a new application and a new appreciation for how good that this card actually is right now. So I think Queen might actually be a little bit better. I mean, but hey, free treatment for sinful spoils is always going to be very good. And the fact that you can cheese out the new fusion specifically with this, or having this be the super poly target, I think is really, really cool. And then we have Saint Azamina herself. What is this? The 2 level 6 or higher to make it. Your opponent can't target cards on the field, graveyard, or banishment, or this card on the field card effects. Your opponent takes any battle damage, and if this card, you summon this card since the graveyard, so summon a level 9 to lower Azamina from your deck or extra deck. I mean, it's a secret rare. It's interesting that they chose to put it in the slot as a 1 of, though. I don't really know how I feel about that, but hey, you know what, Konami? You're trying out here. It'll at least be a cheap card. And then we have the Snake Eyes Doom Dragon. Yeah, this card's actually kind of nuts. If you're a Crystal Beast player out here, you already know what I'm talking about, because you can special summon this by sending 2 face-up monster cards in your spell and trap card zone to the graveyard. On special summon, target 1 face-up monster on the field, place it face-up in the owner's spell and trap card zone as a continuous spell. But, I mean, it's a free little extender that's a level 8. Like, we've done so many cool things, or we've tested so many cool ideas with this card, that this is probably going to be one of the better secret rares in the set to have. And then we have the Tenyi Spirit. Remember, this is if you control a worm or a face-up non worm effect monster, free special summon, and then basically it allows you to cheat out a Tenyi Synchro monster, which is one of the more powerful effects that we've seen out here. They really slammed these secret rares in our faces here with this, but this card I do think is a very, very strong card. It's going to look absolutely amazing in quarter century as well. And then, of course, to go with that, I mean, we have the Mulcharmy as well. This was our, if this card is sync summoned, and 2 or more war monsters in your graveyard or banishment, you get to add a field spell, which is a lot better than you think it is. And then, of course, you can use each of the following effects when a non-effect monster is face up on the field. So it can be destroyed by your opponent's card effects. Your opponent cannot target it with card effects, and it gets a second attack during each battle phase. Technically, this thing's doing 6k. This card's going to be relatively cheap, honestly. Most of the Sword Soul support in this set, not looking too good out here, to be honest with you. And then we have the Ame no Murakuma no Mitsurugi, the new ritual archetype out here, which I'm actually pretty excited about. I mean, it's basically going to be a free 3200. That's a negate, which is going to be really good. And then it also is going to force your opponent to deal with more of these, because these guys have the very interesting recursion clause on them, which I'm actually kind of hoping that this archetype gets a chance to do well. And then, of course, we have the Mitsurugi Ritual, which is a little bit more interesting in terms of its design out here, because you can ritual summon any ritual reptile with this, and then it allows you to activate, you know, basically being able to feed off of other cards to ritual summon out of the deck, which is one of the first of its type, actually. I quite like the fact that Konami is pushing out here to try new ways to make rituals feel good, but this new archetype is not paywall behind secret. Then we have Goblin Bikers Gone Bonkers. Oh yeah, you guys know how excited you are for your big goblin support out here. But basically, you can target face card your opponent controls up to the number of goblin monsters you control. Detach a material from a monster you control, and if you do, attach those monsters to this card as material. And during your opponent's turn, target card your opponent controls up to the number of goblin exceed monsters you control. Detach your materials from this card and send those targeted cards to the graveyard. So his whole job is to be a menace and field wipe the opponent. And then we have the Metal Flame Swordsman itself. Honestly, the fact that we're going to have access to, you know, cleaning up, or making the line a little bit more consistent for the Flame Swordsman stuff is actually okay with me. We need an ability like the Metal Flame Swordsman with the Max Metal Morph stuff, and I'm actually super excited about that. Also, the fact that this is going to be available in QCR is going to be absolutely nice. Now, for Poseidra, the Storming Atlantean out here, he made it as a secret rare. So while you control a monster except for Poseidra, your opponent cannot target this card for attacks, and you can use each of the following once per turn. So you send out one other water monster from hand to face the field. The graveyard special summon this from the hand. If this card is normal or special, send an Atlantean or a Mermail monster from your deck to the graveyard, and then target one card your opponent controls, and return it back to the hand. I mean, it's a 2800. Mermail players, I guess, needed something in this set to be excited about. Doesn't mean that the card is all that bad. And then Argostar, Glorious Audra. This is our sneak peek card, which we also do know, in fact, is a secret rare in the set. Basically, the new Argostar Trap archetype is actually pretty cool. I do think that Glorious Audra could have been designed a little bit better to, enable a little bit more consistency to the deck, but, getting two face-up Argostar cards out of the deck, I guess, is going to be a win. We have the second wave of support. I'm assuming a wave 3 will come here. And then we have Lightning Taidu, which is going to be our first of the little traps, but it is the highest rarity one in the set, which basically allows you to get a free Argostar card out of the deck to the hand. So, who doesn't love searchability resources out here? So you can kind of keep this nice little streamline of things going so that, we can punish the opponent. That's always going to be the thing out here, right? Consistency, searchability are going to be things that draw people into a deck like this so that they can play. Now, the only major Gladiator Beast card out here is Test Bear, which is what? If you control Gladiator Beast, that's special summon from the deck or extra deck, special summon from the hand, and you can shuffle Gladiator Beast monster from your hand face up in the field in the deck, special summon up to 2 Gladiator Beasts from the deck. Yeah, Mr. Test Bear here is a very, very uniquely good card for the deck. And I'm actually kind of hoping that, some of the Gladiator Beast stuff will get a chance to shine. I know I've been very negative about it, but it's because I don't see it sticking around and doing well. Then we have Evil Hero, Dark Neos. Let's be honest here. If you're a hero main, you're super excited for this card. You've looked at this card, you've been like, oh yes, the ability to take control of my opponent's cards, the ability to, turn any Neos monster into this with the help of Dark Contract. Yeah. Honestly, or Dark Fusion, it's a really cool concept. I think that this card is probably the best hero card in the set. And, getting a new Neos retrain was actually really, really cool to see. And then we have the Dead End Prison. If you control Fusion Monster with Special Summon Dark Fusion, you can Special Summon this from the hand. Oh boy, for Extender. And then you can only Special Summon one of these once per turn this way. And then you can send a hero from the deck to the graveyard. And if you Fusion Summon a hero monster, this face-up card can substitute from one of the materials mentioned on it. But all other Fusion monsters must be correct. So look, it's just Prison from back in the day, or Prisma. Getting the ability to extend with this is also very, very good. Konami kind of went a little bit above and beyond with that. And then we have Toxic Bubble. It's free special summon from the hand, but you can't special summon for a turn except for hero monsters. And then if this card is special summon, you control a fusion monster, special summon Dark Fusion, you draw 2 cards. I too love the fact that they fixed Bubble Man into an evil hero of all things and allows you to draw 2 cards. Thank you, Konami. Just what I always needed in my strategy of heroes, not a negate. But, it's progress. More resources to keep playing. Then we have A-Bao Q, which is going to be one of the most expensive cards in the set. This card's the reason why Jowgen got banned. And I'm expecting, little loops to kind of prove people why this card is extremely as good as it is, because it feels like a massively toxic card in the way that it functions in terms of its design. But, that's okay. Konami said it's okay. We're printing it as a secret rare, so it's going to be a little bit harder to get. And then we have Liberator Ito, which, basically if your opponent has a hand trap down, basically this is a free special summon by, trading off some of your life points. And you get this 4K reptile monster. Now, this might be a future support card out here. That's why I'm going to put this on the watch list of things. You've got to remember, Liberator Ito, we're hitting into Year of the Reptile. So there could be things out here. But the Evangelion Angel here definitely wants some crazy love. And then, to nobody's surprise, Meowls is going to be the most expensive card in the set. Konami has a Mulcharmy present. Konami understands, what they got to do to sell product. Konami understands that, some of the current stuff that they've designed in terms of card pool been a little bit of an issue. But you know what? I guess this is their attempt to apologize, to see what, you know, they could try to do. All of our elements combined to make Captain Planet. So what do you guys think? Please leave a comment down below. Tell me what you guys think, and I will see your beautiful faces back here in a day, guys. Patrons, thank you.
Thank you so much for watching. Check out these other videos.